Hi, this is Sana Barada, and this is Dr. Ed Napke, who has been on this planet for 92 years and lived and worked in many countries. Since 1963, Dr. Napke was asked to work for the Canadian Department of Health, and he created the Canadian Drug Adverse Reaction Reporting system following the thalidomide disaster that is known today as pharmacovigilance internationally, and that is managed by the Uppsala Monitoring Center of the World Health Organization. During the evolution of studying adverse reaction, it became apparent to him that addiction is a major adverse reaction. So what we are looking for through taking chemicals or certain behavior is pleasure pursuit, which leads then fast to addiction as an adverse reaction, and even worse, occurs leading to death.
And this is the background where our collaboration got started back in 2008, when Sana and Dr. Napke met at the annual meeting of the pharmacovigilance contributing countries in Sweden. Ever since then, we have been collaborating with Dr. Napke to set up guidelines for our group, which was named Sana Firenze, and is made of an addiction therapist, Drssa Sana Barada, a toxicologist, myself, Carlo Smorlesi, a psychiatrist, a pediatrician, a psychologist, and a nutritionist.
Now, one of the major issues and what's really challenging about addiction is that most individuals they do not recognize that they're addicts, and not only them, even their families and society. And even when they recognize the addiction problem, they deny it. So what would you do to solve this problem?
Well, obviously that this a concept of what the human being is. And that concept of what a human being is starts in childhood. The child is programmed to fit into the system that makes that person identifiable both by society and by themselves. When a child is rewarded by being good, to be able to watch TV or other movies and stuff, is being programmed by this media what is normal. If it understands that what they're seeing in front of them are tall, elegant, beautiful people, it says, I want to be that way. Why am I not that way? And then, with the tremendous billions of dollars from the manufacturers teaching indirectly through amusement, you are inadequate. You have to have this or this or this to be satisfied. This leads to a method of satisfying yourself through pleasure with things that modifies your mind, leading to addiction. It's common around the world. The forms are different, but addiction then is trying to make you, whatever size and shape you are, whatever sex you are, to need something else to make up for the inadequacies because you weren't taught to be satisfied with what you are, but you have to have something else for the change. The models are what is seen and presented on the screen. They are not real models for that individual, for that culture. Once you are addicted chemically, visually and mentally, without intense effort on your part, you are then caught and you'll end up disturbed. Models of famous people who have everything, money, wealth, recognition, and they die suddenly from taking these drugs. Even they are being modified. Not a good sample.
So this was like a more to prevent, or like you talked about like the different causes behind addiction, but what about the way of recruiting people or addict people that are not recognizing their addiction, and even when they recognize it, they're denying it? What would you do to have these people into treatment?
Now, once you are addicted, you have several things. You are weak mentally, and you're seeking, your time is spent intensely in getting money to feed the addiction and the addictive products. Now, how to get this recognized, get the people to understand this, is to let them know that there is and are systems and associations that are intent on bringing you out of the addictive state. You have to be motivated. You have to recognize that you are addicted and that you need help and that you want to get out of where you are. You want to become a human being again, a free-thinking human being. So you have to attack or bring in the people that made you what you are, willing to help counter the information you're getting. In other words, simply saying that you are not 6 foot, never will be, you are 5'8". Be happy with that. Become a good 5'8". An excellent 5'8". Skiing, soccer, beauty contest. Be what you are and be good at what you are. And there are agencies made by government, made by churches, made by society that is willing to help you. They have a team to help you to get out of this and find yourself again. Being discontent with yourself is a curse in itself. And being addicted because you are discontented makes it even worse. Addicted people need not only a group, but they need society to help them. This is what I think.
Okay, how would you explain the similarities between addiction on new drugs, or what are called smart drugs, and addiction, other kind of addiction, let's say young people stuck in electronics, pornography, eating, like...
Well, addiction is not just to drugs.
Okay.
Addiction is any repetitive program that you get caught in, you can't come out of it. So, pornography, drugs, medication, repeating, thinking you are somebody else other than what you are. So there's all forms of addiction. Addiction is, to me, simply the imprisonment of the individual mental processes conforming to a pattern, good or bad. Most of the time, they're bad.
Is there any difference, doctor, between pornography, let's say, and addiction on smart drugs?
Street drugs.
Yes. Oh, street or smart?
Street.
Street drugs. Street drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you get from outside.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, new drugs. Okay.
Yeah. The effect is not there. No, it's no different unless with the drugs, they are toxic and can kill you.
Uh-huh.
Pornography will not kill you,
Okay.
but
It
it
might
will.
kill you slowly.
Yeah.
It might take more time. So it's more the difference between an addiction and another is the rate at which adverse reactions can occur
Alter your way of life,
and alter
your
the way of
normal
life.
life,
So,
and the way of life of the society.
yeah. So some kind of addiction are faster,
Yes.
others are less,
Yeah.
but the mechanism is the same.
Well, I don't know mentally if the mechanism is the same. This is still in the studying process, but the effect on the individual is to make them, when they don't have that addictive practice, they become very sad and disturbed.
What about treatment, doctor? If we are talking not about treating a drug addict, but we are talking about treating an obese person seen as having an inappropriate use of food.
But unbeknownst to most people, is that obesity is slow death. It interferes eventually with all your processes, and arthritis will come in, heart
Complications.
disease,
Yeah.
possibility of hypertension from obesity, and then you are not able to become athletic, walk up the stairs. So your quality of life changes with obesity. It's a very, very serious disease. And to be addicted to food and allow it to put on the extra weight. See, the old Romans saw this and they invented vomiting, so you did not add the energy unnecessarily. So you got addicted to food and then you got rid of it as individuals. We don't do that today.
What?
So, Dr. Napke, we appreciated so much your visit here. And I think that as for us was a great just experience and a great opportunity to know new things from you and from your world. What about your take-home message, if you have one, to take home to Canada, to say about what you saw here, our system, our things, and so on?
Yes, I have a large message to take home with me. First of all, it confirms many of my theoretical ideas. We are all the same, no matter what culture you're in and what problems or happiness there are always the possibilities of addiction and the many forms of addiction. The approach to releasing people from this addiction may vary a little bit, but the most important thing is recognition and commitment by the individual, and then we can go further, the education system, to be committed to understanding that there is a problem and we must get rid of it because it is a curse. Addiction weakens the society. Addiction weakens the person. And we have a problem with overpopulation. We don't need overpopulated, addicted people.
We have enough troubles.
We have enough troubles as it is.
Already.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So that it's the same but different.
Okay. So let's hope that we our culture, with our system, with all what we have, we can manage to start and go on in this very terrible topic. Okay.
It's a living and it's a dead topic.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to be alive first to get into the problems. But then it may cure itself by killing you off. Can be that serious. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Napke.
My
Thank you.
pleasure being here.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
So, Doctor, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much for giving time. And last but not least, any recipe for lifelong
Happiness.
Yeah,
well,
to live long happy.
I have no secrets. I do know that for living long, the way I see it now, you don't look back too far. Mm-hmm. You don't want to look and worry about too far ahead. You live for today as best as you can for yourself and for other people. You must pay back to your society. This is very important. It's not just for oneself. You have to give back to society, your wisdom, your happiness, and any secrets you have. And know that if you become ill today, we're much better off than we were years ago. We can handle comfortably almost any illness. The only thing we haven't overcome yet is overcoming death.
Yeah.
And it is not a problem.
Of course, because every day you wake up is a great
It's
day.
a great day, that's right. It is. That's my thing.
Every day you wake up is a great day.